Hello, friends. How are you? If we're not friends, we should be. My name's AlJ, and I'll be doing a reading for Leo. So, Leo, when I was tapping into your energy, I was seeing a lobster, and I don't really have a meaning assigned to a lobster. So I was like, what is that? What is that? And as I was sitting there, I was thinking about uh, what is it called? Is it the process of molting? Do lobsters do that? Like when certain creatures with an exoskeleton, I guess, get too big for the exoskeleton, and they got to like burst out of that, um, so that they can grow a new one. That's kind of what I'm getting is happening here for Leo, right? So you may be in a situation, a relationship, a workplace, a project, a way of thinking, a habit that is too constricting on your life right now. I'm shuffling the cards and I see the Four of Pentacles. It might be that, right? That's keeping you small, keeping you restricted when you're holding on to it for dear life, but you're getting too big, or you're changing in a way that doesn't make it comfortable to be that way anymore. And you may be a little sensitive as you make these changes, but you will achieve a new normal. But it's important for you to grow, is what I'm getting. Okay, so I'm going to be using the regular Rider Waite to use your spread. We have the Tower card. If there's anything that's going to initiate change, it's the Tower energy here. And then we have the Power of Surrender cards is what I'm going to use for your advice. So without further ado, Leo, I'm going to go ahead and get into this thing. Thank you. I'm seeing fish, a lot of underwater things I'm getting right now. All right. Thank you, angels of love, light, guidance, and protection. I ask you, please bring forth messages for the collective of Leo. What is it that Leo needs to hear? Anything that will touch their minds, their hearts, their souls, and anything that will help them align for the highest good of all, please. I thank you, and amen. Okay. Thank you. 2. Yeah. It's funny that I said exoskeleton and I'm talking about change and transformation, and the Death card came out. So we have the Ace of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the Death card. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So let's look at this Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is what's at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords is seeing things clearly. It is clarity. It is like knowing, right? Like your mental situation is not obstructed at all. You can see things. It's the truth, right? I'm getting that you have a grasp on that. And what I'm seeing here is that this is in relation to a long-term goal or some sort of there's something that has longevity here, or that you want to have longevity. Again, it feels like a long-term goal. This could be a relationship, a project, a workplace, but I'm getting that there's a solid foundation that can last the test of time. But I'm seeing that there is change that's required of you. Something has to die so that something new can be born in its place to align you to receive that thing. Right now, it seems like you're dealing with some sort of disappointment here. You're kind of looking at what's not working instead of what can work for you. And I'm getting that what can work for you is the change that you have to make here, Leo. There's something that's got to change. I'm getting that the change has to come from you somehow. You may resonate with the Cancer reading, because I was saying something similar when I was doing their reading. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles that just flipped out. That's safety, security, stability, comfort, right? That's you being able to create that for yourself here. But it looks like you're going to have to fight to get that done, friend. There's changes that are going to have to be made. Doesn't feel like it's going to be comfortable for right now. All right, so it feels like the Death card is the one that's talking the loudest to me right now. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify that and see where we need to go from there. All right. So why is the Death card here for Leo, please? Oh, okay. 2 cards. All right. 1 more, please. And there it is again. There it is again. The 4 of Pentacles. And I'm shuffling these cards, y'all. We have the 10 of swords here at the bottom of the deck. We have the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. This change has to come because there is an end of a cycle here. I'm getting that the cycle, it was somewhat painful here for you. As it's actually funny because I am seeing like the exoskeleton, the molting process that's happening here, kind of like when the body of the lobster or whatever the crustacean is that splits open. I'm getting that's happening to you. The 10 of Swords is an energy of, it's an end of the cycle, but it's it hurts and it sucks, but swords are information, and it looks like you have learned a lot, right? What you want, what you don't want, how you want to show up, how you don't want to show up, what you expect, what you need more of, what you need less of, right? Each sword has taught you something, and with that, it is asking you to make some changes here. Now, it looks like this is in relation to your vulnerability and your emotions here with both of these cups cards here. It kind of feels like you're holding on to something, which could also mean holding back from something that is keeping you from having this long-term goal, this long-term stability that you want. I'm getting that, I'm getting that there's a level of vulnerability here, but also emotional maturity that's needed here from you, that you can't play it small anymore, that you basically have to go from a page to the King of Cups. You have to grow up emotionally here is what I'm seeing. You have some wisdom under your belt, and now it's the time to make some changes so that you can align to what it is you want. For those of you who are dealing with another person, and this is not all of you, but you know, it resonates for who it resonates for. I'm seeing a situation where there are two distinct people, and they're not on the same emotional level here. One is showing up as a page and the other as a king, right? Pages are like the beginning. They are novices, right? In this case, in emotional capacity or the ability to give love or express or something like that, whereas a king is more mature and has boundaries and can love with depth and things like that. But I'm getting that if that's your situation, it's not going to work simply because there's a mismatch here. All right. But for most other people, it's about being vulnerable by letting go of something, or not holding back from something. Okay. So let's look at for some of you, it is other people who don't meet your emotional capacity is what I'm seeing. People who are avoidant, who skirt around issues. I was seeing this as, again, those two characters came up as cups, so I'm getting that this is emotional in nature. So this could be like a lack of vulnerability, or you know, not dealing with issues that involve the feelings. Yeah, some of y'all are the Five of Wands just flipped out. Some of y'all, it's not being able to deal with conflict successfully, right? I'm hearing the word immature. Okay. So why is the Five of Cups here, please? Five of Cups, please. For Leo. That Ten of Swords came out again. Wow. All right. Yeah. Two of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Again, I'm seeing, if you're dealing with another person, I'm seeing a mismatch in a different way, but this time it's in confidence and self-worth, right? Someone here is self-assured, someone here is confident, and the other person feels like they have to hide behind, or feels like they're in a wounded warrior kind of mindset. Again, it's that's creating some sort of disappointment or a blockage here for some of y'all, and ultimately causing some sort of pain. Now, for those of you who are not dealing with another person, I'm getting that I'm getting like an impasse, like a lack of progression, a stagnancy here that is causing pain. Some of you guys, you have the confidence, you are radiant, you know your worth, you know what you can bring to a situation, and you've been putting in energy here, going through cycle after cycle after cycle, going after thing after thing after thing, and I'm seeing that you're kind of tapped out at this point, right? And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you are not worthy. It doesn't mean that you don't have the confidence. It doesn't mean that like you're not still you. It just means that you probably have to move around this. Some of you, you're allowing a situation that's not moving, or a situation that has tapped you out or has gotten you into burnout. You're allowing that to get into your mental, and I'm getting here like don't. Okay, it's just not supposed to work with in this way or with this person or something like that. I keep getting something about changes that need to be made here. All right, let's look at the 10 of Pentacles. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here for Leo? Why is the 10 of Pentacles here for Leo, please? There's that Ace of Swords again. That's interesting. I really shuffle these cards, y'all. Like, almost over shuffle them just so I don't get the same cards. And the 4 of Pentacles came out again too. Wow. The Ace of Cups is here at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. All right. Yeah, I keep getting like 2 stories. For some of y'all, this is you by yourself, or from like one end of the story, or one end of a 2-person story, right? And then for the other side, I'm seeing like a dynamic that's happening here. Again, I see another dynamic with another person. I see someone who's communicative, clear, right? Direct, you know, sharing of ideas, and then another person who's holding back and digging their heels in and not changing and not opening up to new information, right? But with the Ace of Swords here, I'm getting that there is, you see it. You see it. So if you know that something is not gonna move, I'm getting you have to be the agent for change, right? So if you're not dealing with another person, I'm seeing that again, you're holding on to something or holding back from something. You have 2 indications of awareness here that this holding on to or holding back from is keeping you from the long-term stability that you seek, right? A lot of you guys, you want to feel good. You want something that has your heart flourishing here, and you can't if you are playing it small, holding on to what's comfortable, what not comfortable, holding on to what's familiar. And others of you, you can't have that if someone is not meeting you on your level here, okay? So allow the changes to happen so that you can align yourself for what you actually want. If some of y'all are dealing with other people, and look, you know how energy goes. Some of y'all are the ones who need to do the growing. Others of you are dealing with people who need to meet you where you're at. So whatever it is for you, you're gonna know. But that's what I have. Like, there's something disappointing here that requires you to change so that you can align yourself to your long-term goals. Okay? So let's get to the Power of Surrender cards here and see what we have here for your advice. All right. Thank you, angels of love, light, guidance, and protection. Lastly, please bring forth messages An advice for the collective of Leo, please. I just saw surrender unhealthy relationships. Some of y'all, this is dealing with another person. And I saw surrender stubbornness as well. Again, I was getting that digging of the heels, that non-moving kind of energy here. All right. Thank you, angels of love, light, guidance, and protection. What advice do we have here for the collective of Leo? Anything that would touch their minds, hearts, and souls and help them align for the highest good, please. Thank you and amen. All right, and there we go. What does it say? Surrender to your intuition. And it says, tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. I'm getting that you do need to trust your knowing here. I was seeing a lot of indications of having an awareness, but just not doing anything with the awareness that you have right now. Listen to that. If you know something's a mismatch, if you know that you need more of something, if you know that holding on to something is not good for you, let those changes happen. Surrender to wonder and awe is at the bottom of the deck. It says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. That's what this death card is trying to tell you here. That I keep using this in different videos because there's a similar energy flowing through the videos, but I was just watching a show on Netflix. Why did I just forget what it was called? Forever. And there was a grandparent, I think it was, character who was saying that the opposite of change is decay. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Life is not meant to be stagnant. Life is not meant to feel lifeless. There's supposed to be a flow and a movement, right? Things slow down, but they progress, they move, right? And I'm seeing that what you're dealing with is not that. What you're dealing with feels kind of like decay. And you're being encouraged to like burst through and grow through that situation so that you can flourish, okay? So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps me as a creator. It helps people who don't know I exist find these readings so that they can get the help that they need and we can create community like that. If you want a personal reading, I absolutely do those. Make sure to go into the link in my description box. And I know change is hard, y'all, and your long-term goal is absolutely worth it. So sometimes that comes with having to let people, mindsets, habits go, workplaces even, and yeah, the sacrifice is worth it. So keep doing the work. I love you guys, and I am rooting for you, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.